Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. So, speaking on, I don't know why we're covering this so much, but speaking on Paragon daily specials, right? You might have been in a situation where a lot of players were stuck with a lot of these Paragon, or now called Thronebreaker stamps, because I believe they're Paragon stamps. So, you've been collecting these. Some players have actually quite a lot. Like, I'm surprised that a lot of players have this. I have 15 because I think I picked them up on the when they were doing the double stamps. I guess if you bought the $5 card, you got two instead of one. So I for some reason I was trying to find I think a use for them, and I bought some. I think I traded some, but I have 15. That is how I have 15. I've had 15 for a while now. And a lot of people were concerned that they were just going to vanish, or they were not going to be at any use. Well, Kabam responded today, and this is why I was kind of waiting for this response. I was waiting for more information on the Paragon deals, kind of like just details. And yes, we got those details today. So let's take a look here at what Kabam is saying when it comes to all the stamps you've collected at to this point. So there's a post in the forums, says Paragon stamps. It's a merge thread of all the posts that people put together, because it was a concern. I think we got this came out of left field. Nobody was expecting this to be changed, and it's a good change for the game. It's a good change for players. It's a good change for players that are buying daily cards, right? We have blue with 118 cards. Like I said, I was really surprised to see players with so many cards and not using them. I mean, I get it. You're saving it for like a big occasion, but here's Kabam Mike with a response. He says, "Hey all, thank you for your patience as we worked to get our information together. First, there are Paragon stamps in the new Paragon Daily deal. They are not currently visible," which that was true. At like midnight when this thing, or 1 o'clock in the morning my time, when this thing was up while we were streaming, this came out live, and the stamp was invisible. But if you people bought it and they had it in their inventory, well, now it's visible. It looks super cool. Moving on. To address the issue, it looks like we depreciated the old Paragon selector earlier than we should have. To clarify something, there were no Paragon stamps before this. Paragon players were able to use Thronebreaker stamps to purchase Paragon selectors. So that's a little bit confusing, right? I'm glad to clarify that, because a lot of people were like, no, these are Paragon stamps. No, there were Thronebreaker stamps to be able to purchase Paragon selectors. So no stamps have been lost, which is good, right? We're following, right? They're still in your account, which it was always in my account. It was always visible. It was always there. This change has left some Paragon summoners with excess tickets that can't be spent, because you can't use the Thronebreaker stamp for the Paragon selector now, right? You guys are following. You see the problem. There's a situation. This is why everybody was raging at the moment of like, dude, I have X amount of Paragon stamps, but there were Thronebreaker stamps. Now we got some clarification, and actually kudos to Kabam for doing this, for coming up with this. I don't want to say last minute, but obviously this was in the works. So to address the issue, we're going to do the following. Basically is going to be re-release the old Paragon selector so players can purchase the excess Thronebreaker stamps. This will only be available to Paragon summoners and will be available for a limited time. I do not have an ETA for this at the moment. Now, that's a good offer, right? You can basically, you have your Thronebreaker stamps. You can go back basically in time if you wanted to and buy the Paragon selector, which is now the it's not going to be the same, but it's the Paragon selector that it was before this whole change. Okay, and you're gonna be able to see the value of that, and you're gonna be able to compare. Now, I think the second bullet point is probably the best. So let Paragons exchange up to 7 Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps. So you're gonna be able to grab 7 of them, switch them up for your old Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps. And the Paragon stamps are obviously a lot better, a lot nicer. You're going to get better rewards. So we'll do this by adding an exchange item in the store with a purchase limit of 7 that lets you purchase 1 Paragon stamp for the cost of 1 Thronebreaker stamp. This will also be available for a limited time. I do not have an ETA on this time. Sorry for all this confusion. We'll let you know as soon as we have more information, basically. So the fact that they're doing this one, that one's super cool. Okay, just even both bullet points are super cool. They're gonna go back in time, because obviously there's players out there. I have 15. That's nothing compared to somebody like Blue here with 118 stamps. Okay, that's a good amount of stamps. It's a good amount of $5 there. It's a good amount of coffees. Blue. Those are coffees you can be buying. But he has 115 and I have 118 and I have 15. So we're going to be able to basically trade in those Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps and pick up the new Paragon offer. Okay, so that's what the route that I'm gonna go. I think it looks to me, obviously there's less limited information right now. It looks to me just by reading what Mike said right there, is that it's gonna be only 7. Okay, whether they refresh this every week, I have no idea. There's players out there with 50, 60, 100, more than 7 stamps that they would love to trade those 7 stamps for Paragon stamps. Now, you could be saying, hey, Max, that's not fair. If I would have known that I could have traded my Thronebreaker stamps for Paragon stamps, I would have been buying them ages ago. Well, yes, that is true. So we're gonna wait and see if what Kabam does for this. You can say, well, no, they're gonna get an advantage. They're gonna have so many 10% T6 class catalysts crystals to be able to open because they've been holding, and that's not fair. Well, we'll see. We'll see where this goes. This is an interesting situation. I think overall, it was supposed to be something nice for the game, and it turned into very a problematic issue now. But overall, the solution so far, so good. We're gonna take a look and see what Kabam does in the next couple of days. Probably gonna take them maybe a week or so to figure this out. I think most likely, just some thoughts, it's going to be limited to 7. They don't want to give too much of an advantage to those players that have hundreds of those Thronebreaker stamps, and then they're going to allow them to just spend them all. So they're going to be sitting with quite a good amount of shards, quite a good amount of 6 stones, or what is the catalyst, whatever they used to offer there. Again, I wasn't purchasing them for a very long time, so I stopped, and those 15 stamps have been in my account for a while. So guys, what do you think of the solution? I think it's pretty good so far. There's still more to come, so stay tuned, subscribe, hit like on the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.